Welcome back. Nigerians who are touching the lives of others through various humanitarian means and those who have compelling stories to tell now have a chance of getting assistance courtesy Airtel Nigeria. The initiative, known as Airtel Touching Lives, according to the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the company, Segun Ogunsanya, is not a publicity stunt, but a genuine contribution towards building an equitable society. Entries for nominations end on the 24th of August, 2014.
Members of the press meet and greet each other in one of the halls of the Wheatbaker Hotel, colorfully adorned for them by management of Airtel Nigeria. It's the unveiling of the Airtel Touching Lives initiative, a milestone in the company's history of CSR intervention.
It's going to be one of our most important pillars of CSR. This is not money for exposure. It is not a publicity stunt. It is born out of our genuine desire to build an equitable society.
The presentation is on and the processes spelled out. The steps are as interesting as those of these young lads, adding color to the event. Airtel's management and production partner are confident of this path.
This is just money for lifting people out of poverty, out of miseries, and for showcasing what we can do as Nigerians to lift each other out of whatever misery that people are in.
The stories need to be touching. It's not necessarily about what an individual needs, but it's about what an individual's done for a community or an individual's done for a group of people.
Other guests are also stirred by this resourcefulness.
This is a very good initiative by Airtel, because it's a good platform to want to impact onto the communities and the people around them.
I think it's a fantastic one. From my experience, the government can do a lot, but people have to come together, corporate organizations, individuals, and actually see how they can make a difference. And I thank God that Airtel's rising up and saying that they want to do this.
Call for entries is on. So if you have a nominee who you think deserves the Airtel touch, simply send your story to touchinglives@ng.airtel.com or via call or text to 947. It's a toll-free line.
Come alive with Airtel.
First Bank.
Welcome to Business News Tonight. I'm Loretta Chiogo. Delta State has witnessed an increase in foreign direct investment in the last few months owing to the success of the Delta Beyond Oil initiative. At an investment dialogue between officials of the Delta State government and the Nigeria Export Promotion Council, the state governor, Dr. Emmanuel Uduaghan, explained that the state has recorded investment growth in tourism and agriculture. The governor adds that the initiative is, among other things, generating employment and keeping the youths in the state away from violence.
Now, a lot of industries are not coming in. Industries by Nigerians. Today, the OFN, the Obasanjo Farm Limited, they have one of the biggest poultry farms that is now in Delta. Now, one of the biggest tourism facilities is being constructed in Delta, about $240 million. The Delta Leisure Park that has both the water theme park and the zoo. The zoo is almost completed, and of course we have the biggest gas city that the federal government is doing. It's a combination of it's a city that will produce petrochemicals, fertilizer, and of course gas processing facilities. Now, in terms of infrastructure, which is again very key as FDIs that are coming, a lot of the federal government generating plants have been privatized, and the buyers have improved upon them, so that what they are generating today is much more than what they used to generate.
The Minister of Finance, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, has asked members of the West African Monetary Zone to focus on how to sustain financial and macroeconomic stability in their countries. This comes as central bank officials work towards a single currency for the region by January next year. Dr. Okonjo-Iweala, at a meeting in Abuja, also advised leaders of the sub-region to reduce dependence on imports and come up with strategies to improve local industries.
I urge all of us to work hard towards meeting the set target date. We must not forget that the most sacrosanct objective in this endeavor is not a hasty launch of a monetary union, and I repeat that, not a hasty launch, but an enduring and sustainable one that will stand the test of time when it is put in place. In a nutshell, we should only feel compelled to launch when we are comfortable that the economic fundamentals to achieve a strong monetary union are in place.
Nigeria's Minister of Finance, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Players at the financial sector are seeking ways to deepen the penetration of retail banking services in the country. A dialogue organized today in Lagos by the Asian Banker and proudly supported by First City Monument Bank FCMB brought to the fore issues around reducing costs but delivering high-yield services to customers. The Chief Executive Officer of FCMB, Mr. Ladi Balogun, says the bank is already positioned to take the space through innovations in electronic transactions and investments.
Day after day, there seem to be strong evidences that Africa and indeed Nigeria is the new frontier for business and growth. In some worth of testimony to this forum organized by the Asian Banker is seeking to start a dialogue about developments in retail banking in Nigeria capable of influencing global trends.
You have to grow in multiple directions, and you have to use the most advanced technologies to allow you to handle all challenges concurrently.
We will need to go beyond the basic model of just gathering deposits and giving out consumer or personal loans. We expect that the mortgage industry will kick off with a mortgage refinance company. We expect that the credit card business will at least grow in size and importance, especially with the biometric verification program that is going on.
FCMB is proudly supporting this, fully embracing current innovations and trends in retail financial services. Management says it is driving towards greater convenience to customers.
There's a great deal that we can learn from the evolution of banking in Asia, and most importantly retail banking, where in countries like India and China you have populations that are similar in terms of structure to Nigeria. And FCMB, as a bank that is focused on growing its retail business and becoming a dominant player in that space, feels that it has a duty to help capacity build for the entire banking industry and retail banking.
The bank shouldn't lose sight of the customer. Own the customer and then build all of your business models, your channels, your product propositions around that.
Digital channels, increasing technology spend, infrastructure and competences are major indices required if the increasing profitability in retail banking is to be grabbed. FCMB says it has already signed on. Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.
Thank you very much.
After 3 straight days of positive trade, the Bears upstaged the Bulls as the all-share index dropped by 0.26% to finish at 42,918.52 points. Temple Ashaju has the rest of the report.
Hello and welcome to the stock market reports. Key indicators of the Nigerian equities market finished in the negative territory as the bears upstaged the bulls to halt 3 days positive trend. The all-share index dropped by 0.26% to finish at 42,918.52 points from the midweek close of over 43,000 points. Market capitalization ended the session at 14.17 trillion naira, owing to losses by some market movers. 25 stocks, including Forte Oil, Guinness Nigeria, and Guarantee Trust Bank, were among the price losers for the day, but with losses of 2 naira. On the other hand, Mobile was the highest price gainer for the day, adding 7 naira 35 kobo to its share price, and it's followed by PZ Cussons and Northern Nigeria Flour Mills with gains of 1 naira 99 kobo and 1 naira 2 kobo respectively. Fidelity Bank, First Bank Holdings, and NASCON were the 3 most active to boost the market's turnover. Now, at the end of the day session, investors had in 4,904 deals exchanged 365.25 million shares for 4.43 billion naira. That's it on the stock market report. I am Temple Ashaju.
Thank you, Temple, and that's it on Business News tonight. It's back to the rest of the news at 10.
First Bank.
Still ahead on the news at 10. Nigeria's Super Eagles move 10 spots up in the latest FIFA ranking of football playing nations. That's on Sports News, so do stay with us.